As we're growing up, we're told sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And we don't realize the power of our words. And see, I think a lot of people have gone through life and realized that words can hurt you. You go through trials and tribulations and traumas, and a lot of times it's easy to take what is said to us, about us, behind our backs, and we just take it in and we keep it in and we let it trap us in this prison of trauma of these words that we hear, right? And as we go through life, we realize our words have power. And you know, as you grow older and you become more mature, you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to say or do the types of things that I used to do. You learn and you grow, right? But we're also not taught that the positive words that we say, the impact that they have on lives. And there was two stories, and the other one just happened tonight. So I spoke about one of this in one of my videos where my sister reached out to me and she said, Bub, I gotta tell you this story. She works like 45 minutes away from me. She said, this girl came up to me at work today and she said, I see that we both follow Curtis Potter and this boundless inspiration. You follow him, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, man, I love that page. That dude has got me through multiple hard days. He's inspired me. I've been pushing myself because of him. Do you know him or you just follow him? And she's like, no, I know him. She's like, you personally know him? And my sister said, yeah, I know him. So the lady's like, well, how do you know him? She said, well, actually, that's my brother. That, you got to tell him that he has touched my life. And my sister did, and it's been one of the stories that's kept me going. Tonight, I was volunteering at this event. It's for leadership and coaching. And this community is amazing. And if you want to be involved in an amazing community of people who are just intentional about creation, intentions, being the source in your life, and just really become the best version of yourself, I can connect you with this most amazing group. It had me volunteering on a Saturday night. I just got home, 11 o'clock at night. I've got plans to be somewhere first thing in the morning. I worked all day and rushed to get there. Like, it's amazing. The whole time I was there, my heart was just overflowing with joy and love from this community. So I'm at this event, all the volunteers are together, and we're kind of going in and out of this space while the attendees are going through their program and their different just activities that they've got going on. And while we're in the space with the volunteers, I'm talking with a couple guys, and this guy looks over at me and he goes, I know you. And I was like, man, did we meet before? I'm looking at him and I'm like, man, you know that saying, I'm not good with names, but I'm good with faces, right? But I was like, I don't even know this dude's face, and I'm really good with faces as well. Like I always, man, I've met you somewhere. And I was like, sorry, man, I don't mean to be rude, but I can't put a face or a name together. Like, where do I know you from? And he was like, I actually was looking at your page last night on social media. And I was like, oh, yeah, because, whenever it's with VIAs in this community, I'll friend request a lot of VIAs because I'm being intentional about the people I surround myself with. So I likely friend request you. And he's like, man, I didn't even realize who you was either, but I follow your page. And he said, and I just want to let you know that there's days where I get caught scrolling. He's like, man, there's been times where I was on for 6 hours, scroll. And he's like, man, today's world, with this attention span, he goes, man, for me to actually focus on your page, I didn't even know who you was or where you was from. I didn't even know how we were friends. But I get caught sometimes actually reading your content and watching your videos. And he said, man, I just got to thank you, because for you to stop me, and you've impacted my life and you've inspired me. I said, man, thank you for telling me that, because there's so many days where I'm like, is what I'm doing matter? Is what I say matter? Does this matter? Like these videos, this time, this effort, and everything I'm putting into it, does it, like sometimes you're like, does it matter? And I said, man, you know what? Like, I don't even know why there's times where I question that, because I've had 16 people tell me up till today, Curtis, your videos got me through the day. I was going to commit suicide, and you continuing to put out content is what got me from not committing suicide, me taking ownership and changing my life. And I wanted to reach out and tell you that. And I said, man, thank you for telling me this, because man, I'm telling you, I've been putting in 100-hour weeks almost all this year. I can count on two hands the amount of weeks I didn't put in 100-hour weeks, and the rest have been. And there's times where I'm just like, I am worn out. I said, but man, my book, I'm interviewing people to get successful people, their quotes in my book, and I'm like working with a publisher, and my mastermind is almost done. Like I've been putting it together, and like my clothing line is like, I've been working so hard, and I know my quantum leap is here. I know that things are about to take off. I know these partnerships I've been working for, they're just like everything's falling into place. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for telling me that, because that's what keeps me going. He's like, dude, you've kept me going, and I appreciate you, man. Don't stop. So if you're wondering like what you're doing matters, is anybody even following me? Is anybody liking my stuff? Does this matter? Is it impacting anybody's life? Me being a good parent, me being a good friend, me being a good role model, me being just a good hard worker at work, like, does it really matter? Yes, it does. You are worthy. You matter. The things you do matter. Please don't stop doing the good deeds that you're doing, because you may have only changed or touched one life, but to that one life, you are the world. You may have saved that life and impacted that life and changed the direction of that person's life by the good deeds that you do. Please don't stop. It matters. I appreciate you. If nobody's told you, I am proud of you, and what you do matters. I love you all. Put in the comment section of where someone has touched your life. And if you know them, but you never told them, even tag them in this and tell them, you changed my life. You matter. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because every single day we're getting a step closer to being boundless and making this world a better place than what we found it. Love you all. Have a great day, and be boundless.